guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Substance TV and I am Substance. Happy New Year in advance to all of you. Yeah, so this is the time of the year where I get to talk about my top 10 favorite movies of 2024. There have been a lot of movies this year, yeah, but I wasn't able to watch everything, but I watched a lot of movies. So from the movies I have seen, especially that of YouTube movies, because I do more of YouTube movies and I review more of YouTube movies. Yeah, so here is my list of my top 10 favorite movies of 2024, and the thanks is going for Butterflies, showing on Bolaji Ogumola's TV. I love this movie so much, and sometimes I find myself rewatching this movie. I loved the captivating storyline of this movie. I love the chemistry in this movie. This movie was authentic. It resonated with me. It was amazing. You know the moments where you are in love with someone else, you think this person is your alpha and omega, like you really, really do love this guy, and then your father's will stated otherwise, telling you that you have to marry this particular guy if you want to get access to his properties, okay? And then you had no other choice. You did it. You married this guy. You guys were practically living together under the same roof, even sleeping on the same bed, okay? And you still had your boyfriend at the side telling him that, it's just what your father's will stated. You don't like the guy. You don't, and this your husband in question loves you, he adores you, respects you, he tolerates your excesses because she was doing a lot. All right, the guy was so sweet to her, so loving, but she treated this guy like trash. She made her husband feel worthless. Even in front of her boyfriend, this girl would literally wash this guy down. The guy would just be quiet and he would leave. Like, he was less problematic, he was peaceful, until this lady found out that her boyfriend was not actually who she thought he was. So she broke up with him, and she went back to this particular guy, and this guy was still there for her, giving her all the love, the care, and the attention that she deserved. Guys, this movie is really amazing. Pere and Bolaji really had a very beautiful, strong chemistry in this movie that I loved. It was so believable, it was so enticing. When I watched Pere in this movie, I literally went to go search for Pere's movie. Like, this guy was just everything, all shades of right for me. Yeah, so that's about that. Now let's go to the number 9 on my list, which is Once Upon a Vow, showing on Sonia Uche TV on YouTube. Guys, I really, really, really love this movie so much. It tells the story of how a man abandoned his wife to be at the altar just to get revenge, like revenge. This is the lady that you love so much. This is the lady that loved you so much with all her life. Yeah, you guys were so cool, and then because of you were so bent on getting revenge, you had to frustrate, you had to shatter this woman's heart on her special day, on her wedding day. Yeah, the highlight for me in this movie was the scene where Sonia had to go to Morris's house to get an explanation for what he did to her, and she went with a substance and she was threatening to kill herself since he wants her dead. So when she was about to take it, the way he just held her, grabbed her, guys, the whole emotions, the whole thing that was happening at that scene was very gripping. It was emotional. I literally cried with these people. Oh my god, the way Morris held her. He knew how much pain he has caused to this lady and to himself. He was just bent on getting a revenge. Not like he actually wanted to hurt this lady. Do you understand? Guys, when he actually grabbed her and what they pulled at that scene, the whole emotions there, it was torturing. I was like, guy, me too, I am going through a lot. I need someone to hold me. I am going through a lot mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, physically. It was good. The visuals of the movie was fantastic. The cinematography, the lighting, the aesthetics, the decorations. Like, you would tell that money was spent on this movie. The acting felt natural and authentic. It was beautiful, yes. So my number 8 favorite movie is Homecoming, showing on Bimbo and Demoye's TV on YouTube. It was released on the 24th of December 2024, and of course one of my favorite for this year. I really, really, really do love this movie so much. Yeah, that moments where you find out that your boss's brother is actually crushing on you. He has actually been the one all this time and you never knew about it, and the moments you just saw him, you're shocked that, oh my god, is this your boss's brother? It was beautiful. I love what was going on between these two people. I love Timothy's pushing. I love the fact that Timothy was actually sweet in this movie. He was gentle. I love Bimbo's relationship with her grandfather, and I loved, of course, Bisola's stiffness and audacious personality. I love her mother's character as well. She was this sweet mother, loving mother. She's the kind of mother-in-law that every daughter-in-law should pray to have. Like, she was really amazing. So a lot of things actually stood out for me in this movie. I love the cinematography, the directing, the costumes as well. Amazing. Acting on point, storyline on point. Yeah, so that's about that. Now, my seventh favorite is Tangled Ruth, showing on Uchenna on Bonabos TV on YouTube, produced by Chinaya Nebe. Tangled Ruth is one movie that I love so much because it came with a different feelings, it came with a different narrative. Yeah, the location of this movie actually stood out for me because the location actually set a standard in this movie. It literally gave us an in-depth narrative of this movie. It was gripping, it had good momentum. All the actors in this movie actually stood out for me with their beautiful and well executed characters here. Chinaya in this movie was this happy, spontaneous, naive girl that worked for a very rich man in his plantation, and then the son of the rich man actually saw this girl and found her attractive. They became friends. Then they grew to become lovers. It was just beautiful seeing these two people connect and fall in love. Their love was beautiful. They literally fought for their love. Yeah, because Chinaya's mother was not even having it at all. Yeah. So I love the entire storyline of this movie. I love the making, I love the directing, it was good. Of course, Ben Cassie always delivers here. I literally loved how this movie went from the cinematography to the costumes to the location to the settings. It was fantastic. Acting was good. Thumbs up to the scriptwriter of this movie. This person actually did a thing in this movie. Yeah. So my number 6 on the list is Fame and Fury, showing on Bimbo at Demoye's TV, and of course, one of my favorites. I love the storyline of this movie. Unique. I love the acting. Authentic. Natural. That point where you are dating a guy, a very wealthy guy, stinkingly rich guy. This is a guy that when he offends you, he will either buy you a brand new car or an expense paid trip to any country of your choice, or give you money in dollars and not in naira just to say, I am sorry. That was the kind of person Danny Essim's character was in this movie. Okay, but his girlfriend wasn't having it because this guy wanted to control her life, was dictating her life for her, and that was frustrating. It was tiring, it was exhausting. She could no longer cope with that. And the guy was a proud guy that would literally rub it on your face that he can buy you with his money, he can do this with you. Guys, okay, I love that. And the point where you are on that and then you go to the next person and you find out that it's from fry pan to fire. This is not any better. In fact, this is the worst mistake of your former mistake. It was that bad. This movie is really good, really amazing. Everything stood out for me. The cinematography was fantastic. Very good camera quality. The directing, the location, all good. Yeah. So, my number 5 of my favorites is Gen Z Wife, showing on Uchenna and Bonabos TV on YouTube. This movie talks about young married, Gen Z married, marrying a Gen Z wife. Like, this movie was so interesting, it was so authentic. What I loved so much about this movie was the acting. This movie grew on me, it had a solid energy, it was fantastic. I love Tibini Egbuson and Chine Nebe's marriage. I love their relationship. I love the fact that they made it look so beautiful. They made marriage look so enjoyable. We saw the sweetness, we saw the sour path, we saw their ups and downs, we saw how they evolved, we saw how changes were made. We saw the overall package of marriage, yeah, young marriage especially. This movie made us believe or made us understand that in marriages there are always ups and downs, but it depends on how you handle your home. It depends on the understanding couples have and the sacrifices and compromise one has to make for the other. Yes, so it all comes with all the sweetness. We saw tolerance, we saw patience, we saw understanding, we saw love, we saw quarrel, we saw amendment. It was all shades of beautiful in this movie, yeah. So my number 4 of my favorites is Last Straw, showing on Bimbo and Demoye's TV on YouTube. I feel like screaming. I so much love this movie, and especially the cast of this movie. You know, in this movie, we have this two young, married, beautiful couple from different social class and different background. Yes, the girl was from a very, very wealthy home, and the guy was from a modest home. Yeah, he didn't really have much. His wife was way richer than him, but yeah, they lived so peacefully, they lived happily. You know, they counted themselves lucky to have each other. But then again, the girl's mother wasn't having it at all. She hated this guy with so much passion. She thought he was a gold digger. You know, she called him a gold digger. She called him different names. She made this guy look less of himself. This woman literally tells this man how worthless he is in front of his wife. And he's always so calm when his mother-in-law is always spilling all this. You know, he respects his wife so much that he doesn't talk back at her, and he doesn't even complain when they're having their private moments together. That was how much he loved his wife, okay? And his wife so much loved her husband because her husband is hardworking, yes, and the way her husband treats her like a baby girl, like she really loved that about her husband. Yeah, and it was so peaceful, yeah. What I loved about this movie was the chemistry between Bimbo and Timini. It was contagious. It was amazing. It was fantastic. The movie was gripping from the beginning to the end. It was giving class. It was giving reach. The actors slayed in this movie. Bimbo slayed in all her outfits. Shafi Bello slayed in all her outfits. The movie was literally beautiful. The aesthetics, the visuals, the cinematography, you know, the costume came in correct as well. Everything about the movie was really, really fantastic. And I love that we could hardly predict the end of the movie. Okay, the movie went on fine and it ended beautifully. Yeah. So my thought on the list of favorite movie is Christmas in Lagos, showing on Prime Video, produced, directed, and written by Jade Osiberu. This is one movie I'm yet to review, but watching this movie, I was really, really entertained. This is a movie that talks loud on Christmas celebration in Lagos. The movie Christmas in Lagos is a film that celebrates the spirit of Christmas, focusing on love, family dynamics, personal choices, and the joy of the season. Yeah, we saw the lives of those who are living the life, the elites, the creme de la creme, how this Christmas celebration is at the sites. Okay, it was amazing. This is the best yet Christmas movie I have seen of any Nigerian movie. Like, this movie was giving all shades of beautiful, from the aesthetics. You could tell that the budget for this movie can actually make hundred of most of Nigerian movies, because the decorations, the flower, the roses, the beauty, the lightnings, the Christmas lightning, the Christmas decoration, money was really spent in giving this movie that Christmas look and Christmas feelings. Not to talk of the costumes. All the actors in this movie slayed in their costume. Like, you can tell that this movie is actually expensive. You can tell from the look that this movie is actually rich. It was really giving that Christmas feel. You know, we have standard actors in this movie. We have RMD, we have Shafi Bello, we have Nollywood Joe, we have Tenyo Lad, a lot of them in this movie. I love the entire story of this movie. Yeah? In these people, we had the older people's drama, you know, the older people's love and the younger ones' love. You know, there is love, there is heartbreak, there is confession of feelings, there is rekindling of love. You know, it just had a lot of things to tackle in the movie, and it was super beautiful. Yes. So my number 2 on the list of my favorite movies for 2024 is Treasure in the Sky, showing on Uchenna on Bunabos TV on YouTube. Oh my god. This is one movie that got me so emotional. This is one movie that made me cry all through. Like, even if I still pick up this movie to rewatch it, I would still cry. This movie had a thing on me. I love the entire cast of this movie. I love the location of this movie. I love the storyline. I love that the movie was so unpredictable. The movie was so gripping from the very beginning to the very end. This is the best yet Nigerian high school movie I have ever seen. Very amazing, beautiful storyline, beautiful acting, great location. Everything about this movie was just giving all shades of right. The movie tells the story of how this very spontaneous and happy guy's life was cut short by an illness. This is the guy that have put smiles on a lot of people's faces. This is the guy that is peaceful. This is the guy that tries to, you know, bring peace and happiness to people around, okay? His death really caused a lot of heartbreak to people, and the way actors cried in this movie, hey, The way they took this movie so personal, the way they took this movie like their life depended on this movie, guys, I was in awe. Chineye cried. Miwa cried. All the actors and actresses in this movie literally cried, and I was wondering what actually made them cry this seriously. Like, it was so serious. It was a serious cry, you. I want to get to see the behind the scene of this movie, Treasure in the Sky. I don't know if, the director or the producer of this movie can literally release the behind the scene, because the way these people were crying, the way they took this movie very seriously, I loved it. I really loved it. It was amazing. It showed us of how good these actors are, how talented. They put their mind and their hearts into this movie, and they just delivered a very beautiful and amazing performance in this movie. Kudos to all of them, all the entire cast of this movie. I give you my respect. You guys deserve your flowers. You guys performed so well. Clinton is an amazing actor. Clinton's character grew on us. When this guy died in this movie, it was as if people actually lost someone, actually. A lot of people cried. No, this movie literally did a thing, trust me. And I love the fact that this movie got the views it deserved. It is the highest grossing movie on YouTube with 23 million views. This movie deserved what it got. The emotional impact this movie had on us, on people, was alarming. But yeah, thank you so much. I love the producer of this movie, and we want another movie like this again next year. Thank you, sir. So, my number one of my favorite movie of 2024 is Everybody Loves Jennifer. Directed, created, and produced by the one and only Funke Akindele. This movie is a bomb. It had it all. It had the comedy, the love, the thriller, the action. Anything you want in a movie, this movie has it all. A beautiful, amazing, and fantastic storyline. This movie would literally put you at the edge of your seat. It is suspense filled. You can hardly predict this movie. This movie told a beautiful love story. The actors were in their A game. They delivered exceptionally. The visuals of this movie, the cinematography, wonderful, the costume, fantastic, the makeup, the directing, everything was giving all shades of beautiful. The actors in this movie, all of them stood out for me. They came with their A game. They came to deliver. Storyline on point, pacing steady, everything beautiful. So guys, these are my top 10 most favorite movies of 2024. So let's know what your favorite top movies are for this 2024 in the comment section. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe to the channel at Substance TV. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.